Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyers Guy, and welcome to the Orange, Black and Purple Pregame Report. I'm your host, Timmy Flyers Guy, and this is the first Orange, Black, and Purple Pregame Report of 2026. And tonight, all three teams will be in action. The Philadelphia Flyers will have a 3 p.m. A 3:30 game against the Edmonton Oilers. The Lehigh Valley Phantoms will be facing off against the Belleville Senators. And the Admirals will be facing off for a third time against the Norfolk Admirals. But before we get into those games, let's talk about the last Flyers game the Flyers were in. Yeah, I'm not going to do a year in review for the Flyers yet. I will be doing that on Tuesday when I do the next episode of the Timmy Flyers Guy podcast. But let's talk about the Flyers first. On New Year's Eve, the Philadelphia Flyers had a matchup with the Calgary Flames. In that game, Flyers took this one on the chin. 5-1 loss to the Calgary Flames. Travis Konecny was the only goal in the loss to the Calgary Flames on New Year's Eve. So the new year did not start off too great for the Philadelphia Flyers, but sometimes that's just how it is sometimes. Can't win every game in the games. Sometimes you can't win every game. And that was proof last night. I'm not here to make excuses, but this is from an observation point. But, they changed the lineup around in that game. Did not work out for the Flyers. They were tired the night before. And, the questions. There are still some questions about Sam Harrison this year, so it's kind of up in the air right now, but sometimes, and I really want the Flyers to win this game. Last time the Flyers won a game on New Year's Eve, it was 2013. And it was against the same Calgary Flames team. It was in 2013. That's the last time the Flyers won a game on New Year's Eve. It was 2013. But that being said, tonight the Flyers will be Today the Flyers will be looking to put that loss behind them as they will face off against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers for the second time this season. Edmonton got the victory back in November, and it was an overtime victory for the Edmonton Oilers. Tonight, the Flyers will be looking to respond. Maybe get their first victory of the new year. Hopefully that happens tonight, as the Philadelphia Flyers will take on Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. But that's the thing about a new year. It's a new year, so hopefully the Flyers can get a victory tonight and start off on a high note in 2026. Because the second half has not been too kind to the Flyers for the past 2 seasons. Meanwhile, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms were in action on New Year's Eve as they faced off against the Hershey Bears. It was a 2-goal first period for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, as Wayne Peterson had himself a pair of goals in that game. It was 2-0 going into the second period. It would remain 2-0 in the second period until the third period, when the Hershey Bears pulled their goalie for the extra attacker, and newcomer Max Cadet got the empty net goal, giving the Phantoms a 3-0 lead and a 3-0 victory. Alexei Kolosov got the shutout in that game. He was phenomenal in that victory over the Hershey Bears last night. So shutout for Coley the goalie. Hopefully more to come this season. I hope to see him and Bjornsson be a dynamic duo of goaltending this year. So 3-0 victory for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. They will be in action tonight as they will face off against the Belleville Senators. Phantoms ended 2025 victory. The Phantoms ended 2025 with a victory. Hopefully tonight they can start off 2026 with a victory as well. Meanwhile, the Reading Royals were in action last night as they faced off against the Norfolk Admirals. Norfolk got the first in that first period. Norfolk got the first goal, and it was 1-0. Until the second period, when Carson Golder tied the score up for the Reading Royals at 1-1. Going into the third, Norfolk took a 2-1 lead in that period. And the Reading Royals tied it up. Tied it up. As Arshib Guriev gets his first goal as a Reading Royal in the second period. Norfolk answered back, making it a 3-2 lead. But the Royals were not done yet. Tying it up again was Jacob Frasca on the power play, giving the Royals tying the score at 3-3. The game went into overtime. The Royals should only muster up a point in that game, as the Norfolk Admirals defeated the Reading Royals 4-3. Not a bad way to go out. Not a bad way to start 2026. You get a victory. Well, you end 2025 with a victory. You come up short in the first game of 2026, but look at this one. The Royals with 4 points this week. The Royals with a good 3-point effort this week. Not bad for the Reading Royals. They win one, they lose one, but they still get a very important point in the standings. So, not a bad game for the Reading Royals. Not a bad game at all. And they will be in action once again as they will face off against the Norfolk Admirals for the second time this weekend. Reading got the victory back in Reading. Norfolk evened it up with a victory. And now it's time for another matchup between the Reading Royals and the Norfolk Admirals tonight. Hopefully the Reading Royals can keep this point streak going. They will face off against the Norfolk Admirals once again. Guys, thank you for joining me here. Here will be first orange, black and purple pregame report of 2026. So let's get ready for some NHL action The Philadelphia Flyers will face off against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers at 3:30 p.m. And let's get ready for some AHL hockey action as the Lehigh Valley Phantoms face off against the Belleville Sounders at 7:05. Let's get ready for some ECHL hockey action as the Reading Royals will face off against the Norfolk Admirals tonight at 7:05 as well. Guys, thank you for joining me. This has been the Orange, Black and Purple Pregame Report. The first Orange, Black and Purple Pregame Report of 2026. Let's go Flyers, let's go Phantoms, and let's go Royals.